Guys, I did a push-up today. Let me finish. Hold on. So you know that whole Mel Robbins where she's like, you should be able to do 11 push-ups. That got to me because I tried to do a push-up and I could barely achieve one. I was like going down, but I could not get back up, right? And so since then, I've been doing the push-ups on the knees. I've been doing 50 every single day. Not every single day, but every time I go to the gym, which is like about half the week. So basically 4 days a week, I was doing 50 push-ups on my knees. And today I was like, let's just, for giggles, let's just see what happens, right? I was feeling bold today. It was a new gym crash, but anyway, I was feeling bold. So I get into my plank, I pull my arms out, and I go down once, and I get back up, and I'm like, wait a minute. I do it again. I get back up. I'm like, oh. I do it 10 times. I did 10 real push-ups. That has never happened before. And then I did 40 push-ups on my knees because I was like, we don't cop out. We're going all the way. But that was, I immediately texted my friends. I was like, I did a push-up. I don't feel like upper body strength is ever anything I've focused on. It's also not something that like girls do usually. We'll do a lot of like lower body. I don't know why this is like, what are you doing? Why can't you just stay where I put you? Okay, I guess I'll have to hold it. Anyway, I think that's just my couch. It's okay. But yeah, girls like never train upper body. And so I've been like starting to, because my hip, so from running, my hip is like kind of like, eh. And then when one of your hips goes, your like associated shoulder usually goes. So it's like, because it connects. So then this hip, because it's this shoulder, my goodness, this shoulder and this hip have like been starting to hurt. And like, especially when I'm like running for a long period of time, or if I like work out, or if I lift something, like I can feel it. So I've been like, okay, we got to do a lot of strength training, and we got to focus on like, you know, evening these muscles out. I've been doing like a lot of hip flexor strength training because I don't know what happened. My hip flexor in this hip, gone. Earlier this year, just disappeared. Nowhere to be found. I've retrained it now. Like now I can run without the pain. I feel perfectly fine. Like I have gone like an hour running straight. I did that last week. That was last week. I did 4 miles because I could. That was a terrible decision. That was a bad decision. Wait, was it 5? It was like 4 or 5. Because in my head, I was like, oh, like, what is a 5K? And a 5K is like 3 point something miles. And I couldn't remember the right math. And I didn't want to stop to check on my phone. So I was like, okay, we'll do 3 miles. And I was like, well, it's 3 miles and something. So let's just round up. So I hit 4. And then I think I went to like 4.5. Yeah, I probably should have like trained more for that, to be honest. I just went for it. And then I died. And then I didn't go to the gym for a week. Well, that was because life was just very busy. Nay and I were at events Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There was an event on Friday, and I was like, I can't. Like, it takes a lot you get it. I feel like my brain just farted. It's a lot to be that social. Like, that's a lot of socializing. That's a lot of, listen, I like to socialize, but I've got a limit, okay? I'm not like a complete extrovert. I had to pause. I was like, no, I've definitely got a higher like battery and social tolerance than the average person. But I feel like the more I expend my energy, the more I have to recover. So like I was out at all these events from like Tuesday to Thursday, but then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I didn't leave my apartment. Thursday was the last time I left my apartment. I went Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, left my apartment Sunday night to go to the gym. 3 whole days for 3 days of socializing. Like it's like 1-to-1. And I don't really account for that anymore. I don't know when that happened. I feel like I never really had to recuperate until probably COVID. Yeah, 100% COVID. That was the first time I ever was like forced to like be still. And that's when I realized, oh, I really don't like most people. That was when I realized that I actually cannot tolerate a lot of people. I just, it's like it's form of self-hate. I was literally like, oh God, that was a crazy time. But now I'm like very cautious with what I give my time and energy to. But even then, sometimes that can get out of control, right? Plus, it's like you go to these events, and I'll be honest, I went because I was like, oh, this is great exposure, like potential networking. Like, it's just so interesting to see, like, I wouldn't like consider myself a New York influencer. I think I'm a content creator. You know, I think I create like these pieces of content that help entertain you, but I don't know if I'd say I'm an influencer. But it's always interesting because you go to these environments and you're just like, wow, so like this is your world. And so it's just like this little like glance in, and it just feels so like, I don't know, it just feels so distant, but it also feels like it's like in your backyard. Is that crazy? Because it's like, anyone can be a part of this world. This could be your world. It could be someone else's world. But at the same time, it's just such a different space. And I've really been liking them lately because it's like, I like to people watch a lot. So Nay and I will go to this, we'll have our fun, and then we'll like, our batteries will tap out, and then we'll sit down and we'll just like people watch for like 30 minutes. And it's just incredible because you're seeing people like laughing, like having fun. You're seeing like people bounce around. You're seeing people like dance. You're seeing people like, it's like so fun to like see all of this happen, or at least I think it is. And then some of the events are like really, really immersive. So like the Paris Hilton event was like a rooftop party, and they had some like cool like things that you could get involved with, like a customized sweater and whatnot. Then we went to, well, I'm blanking, there was another event, but the other event we went to on Thursday was like a house tour, and each room you went into was like an experience. So there was like a photo room where they like told you about the family and the contacts, a portrait room. Then they had like a kitchen space where you like you had like a whole charcuterie board, and then they had this third space, I'm blanking. They had like live music. It was very like immersive. And that was like, those experiences are always like incredible because you're just like, imagine the detail and the planning that went into this. Like, just imagine how much, because they got it to the detail. I'm talking like your napkins are branded, your M&Ms are branded. It's crazy. And I'm like, wow, that's always so fascinating to me because I'm just like, how do you even know to like do these things? I guess like practice, trial and error, but it's just, you see all the intricate details, and it's like someone very clearly loves their job, which is amazing. And this is the thing that they're exceptionally good at, is like paying attention to these like minute details. So every time May and I go, the other one was a movie premiere. There was a movie premiere, and they had like this party afterwards, and then we met one of the actors, and he was like super friendly, super personable, which honestly just made me like the movie even more, because I was like, now that I know you're cool, like this just makes me want to like this movie even more. But it's like stuff like that, right? Like that's what I mean. It's like a whole other world, and like just being able to take a step in it every now and then, you're just like, oh my God, this is cool. But yeah, what were we even talking about? Push-ups. I can do push-up. No, I'm not going to show you. My shoulder does hurt though. It's like right here in the rotator cuff. I have a tank top on, but like right here, right in here, it hurts. Even like this, I can feel it. I like have to stretch it out, but I'm hoping it's just like my hip flexors, because my hip flexors, you can do that thing, right? Where you take your leg, you go up to the side. Like that's the best way I've been able to strengthen my hip flexors. If there's another way, let me know. But I would say a lot of people, like when you have these issues, people will like angle on stretching a lot, but they won't focus on like strength training. Strength training is the key, and it'll take you so much further than stretching. You absolutely should be stretching. Absolutely should be stretching. I will die on that hill. But if you're trying to like recover from an injury or some sort of like loss of elasticity or like muscle mass or something, then like you need to be also strength training it. And then you need to be stretching it. So you're working it, and then you're also like extending it. Anyway, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a personal trainer. Like, go talk to a medical professional. I've been to PT and I feel like I have a pretty good take on my body because I was an athlete growing up. So I feel like I for the most part, I like know what I need to do. I'll go to PT if it's like if this shoulder gets worse and I can't resolve it, then I'll go to PT, you know? Yeah. I was really proud of myself. 10 push-ups. Okay, let's see. So I can do like the regular push-ups like this. I have never been able to do one of these where your arm is like right here. I don't even know what those are called. Tricep push-ups? Are those tricep? Yeah. I don't know. But I've never been able to do one of those. So maybe that's the next goal, doing 10 of those. I'm gonna be jacked. Okay. Bye.